Hey bunnies, welcome to Eliza. This is episode 3 of chapter 2. 4 of chapter 2? I can't remember. It'll flash up on the screen. It's already bustling with activity here. I don't see any bondage stuff here though. What was he on about?
I thought you said this was like some S&M club.
Oh, well, they might have taken all of that stuff down since the last I was here.
Are you sure you're remembering this place correctly?
Actually, would you excuse me for a moment? I want to talk to those people over there.
Interesting.
Are those people you know?
Not currently, but hopefully I can change that.
Wait, Soren, I don't know anybody here.
Yep, okay, so he's a weirdo. He's a weirdo. He's just trying to hit up women. He's already gone. Why is he like this? Abandoned the second I walked in. Okay. Now I have to sit here by myself acting like I'm cool enough to be here on my own. Great. No anyone's cool enough to be here on your own if you're just there on your own. Evelyn, you are scheduled to meet with Rainer at 9:20 a.m. tomorrow morning. I will have a car come pick you up from Queen Anne office. You will need to check in at the front desk, but you do not need to sign in an NDA as your old one still applies. The meeting is expected to last around 20 minutes. Let me know if you have any questions. Regards, Sarah. Interesting. So now I have to meet with Rainer tomorrow. Nora almost runs to the table when she sees me.
Evelyn!
Thank goodness I've been rescued. Yeah, I wanted to support you, I guess.
I wanted to support you. Soren came too, but he ditched me to chat up some people. He said he thought this was like an S&M club or something.
What? No, it's not like that at all. Where did he get that idea?
I don't know. Maybe he just hoped it was.
Ah, who cares? I wasn't interested in seeing Soren. I wanted to see you.
Fair.
I wanted to see you too.
I have a little bit of setup left to do. Do you want to come help?
Damn straight I do.
Okay, but you'll have to tell me what to do.
No, it's simple. I'll show you.
Nora leads me to the stage area. There are multiple pieces of equipment connected by huge tangles of thick wires. Looking at the setup, I realize I really know nothing about electronic
Are
music.
these modulars?
Some of them. The one over there with all the cables coming out of it, that one is a modular.
They all have cables coming out of them. At the front,
No,
buddy.
The one with the little colored cables on the front.
Oh, okay.
I'm still not sure which piece of gear she's talking about. The one with the cables coming out the
They're
front!
not modular. They're just regular synthesizers.
Okay, is each one of these going to make a different sound?
Where should we start?
Nora points towards a small plastic keyboard on the table. It's bright red and kind of looks like a toy. This one.
This is an SH-101. It's really hot. I love the sound.
Is that a real one? I feel like it's a real one,
It's used
and
for
I've heard people like it.
piercing leads. You know, noises like that. I use it quite a lot.
I'm listening. Nora points to another, larger synthesizer. This one is black with brown wood paneling on the sides and silver dials on the front.
This is a Moog. You've heard of a Moog, right?
No.
I've heard the name. It's not Moog? I guess I never heard anyone say it aloud.
Nope. Moog.
Moog, not Moog. Okay.
It's fair.
I'm not sure I can handle this all at once.
Nora doesn't hear me. Instead, she holds up a small white and silver box. It looks like a wide pencil case with dials and little blue lights on
Sure,
it.
you know about this one. It's a Roland TB-303. You know, the acid house sound.
Acid house.
It's just as well. This is not an ordinary model, of course.
I guess that's fair. Nora points at some words on the front panel.
The
Devilfish.
Devilfish 303 is a modified, upgraded version of the original.
Nice.
The guy in Australia does it. Oh, they're really awesome.
Aftermarket modifications for electronic music gear? There's seriously a whole world in itself. It really is.
Evelyn, why don't I teach you some of these things? It might do you some good to learn something new. You could come over sometime and we can make some noise together.
Sounds like a fun
Sounds like a
time.
fun time.
Hell yeah. Let's make some noise. Nora plugs in more cables, creating a spaghetti-like arrangement that stretches across the entire table.
Alright, that should do it. Thanks for your help.
Sure.
Sure.
Time for me to shake this place into the ground.
So she's like a one-man band. Nora disappears into the back to get ready. Meanwhile, Soren returns from his conversation at the bar looking quite slightly dispirited.
Time for the main event. Funny to see Nora like this, isn't it? Oh, she's come a long way from the timid junior programmer I remember.
Sure.
Interesting stage name, too. Little Sappho. You know what Sappho indicates?
Yes, I
don't
do. You ass hat. Should I? If I yes or no, he won't explain.
No.
He won't explain it right now, right?
Don't patronize me, please.
There we go.
Okay, of course you know. That was a silly question. I apologize.
Yes, it was a silly question, buddy. God. Nora comes back on stage, ready to start her set for real now. People are cheering for her already. It seems like she's really got a following here. Nora begins to press buttons on her equipment. For a while, everything is silent. The temperature in here seems to get even hotter. Then noise begins to flow from the speakers as the crowd cheers again. It's harsh noise, distorted, glitchy.
Did you know Nora was capable of creating work like this?
I think she was always this way. You just didn't see it.
Soren can't stop a weird smile from forming on his lips. Maybe he thinks I can't see him in the dark, or maybe he's just lost in the
I
moment.
thought she was wonderful before, but now...
The music builds with huge thumping noises. It's chaotic, but has a certain logic to it. It feels like Nora is leading us somewhere. The anticipation builds and builds. Then it happens, totally without warning. Wow. Nora, goodness. This bass is really intense. I forgot why I didn't go to concerts anymore. It feels like it's going through my body, vibrating my sternum like an instrument. It's a slow beat, measured, but there's something about it that feels sensual. Or maybe I should say horny. Yes, this beat is just, it's lewd somehow. How can a piece of music feel so dirty? It sounds like a robot sex grind or something. I also cannot hear myself speak, so I'm gonna put in my earphones so I can actually hear what's coming out of the sound. Nora looks busy operating her equipment. I have no idea what she's doing to create... Oop, I'm so sorry. I need both in. I have no idea what she's doing to create these sounds. Every once in a while, though, she glances up at the crowd, a smug curl on her lips. Then she looks in my direction with the same smirk. Her eyes seem to ask me, so what do you think? But as I meet her gaze, I'm too overwhelmed to send any particular message. I can't think of anything except that it's loud. I feel like I'm dissociating. Is this how people go to concerts? To feel like you're being obliterated by sound? It's not a bad feeling. Some of the people in this club really do look like they're in a trance. This is pretty amazing. I really had no idea Nora had this kind of energy inside her. I remember she was a good programmer, someone who wanted to do a good job, but this power, where did that come from? The noises crash together, on top of each other, yet they still make sense. The crowd is dancing, united, electric. Somehow I feel like Nora is running me ragged without even touching me. I might need another drink. To be honest, programmers do make very good musicians most of the time. I think it must be something to do with like, well, like electronic music is very, it's programmed, you know, you're layering things on top of each other, and that's what programmers are really good at. The main issue that you need like to actually be a good musician, as opposed to like someone who's just chucking a ton of noises together, is the make like, you know, the actual musical portion of it, where you like get scales and stuff like that. But like the layering is what makes electronic music. So like, you know, it'd be a lot harder to get into like acoustic stuff as a programmer, I feel, than you know. There are mosquitoes all over this place. What is happening? I'm being attacked. I didn't read that, did I? I'm fine. I don't always need to understand what I'm hearing or seeing. Wait, can I check the log actually? As the performance winds on late into the night, I stop trying so hard to process what's going on and just let things happen. It's fine. I don't always need to understand what I'm hearing or seeing. It's too big, too loud to interpret anyway. Soren disappeared at some point. I don't care. Everything's churning, sloshing, washing over. A wave breaking onto a rocky shore and dashed into mist. And we're home. Wait, where is this? Oh, it's home. I'm not sure how I got here. Good that I'm here though, right? Here in bed? Okay, wait, I remember now. I took a car, everything's fine. Guess I did it, then I went out and did a thing? That was fun, I think. It was nice to see Nora. I don't think my body is very happy with me right now though. Ugh. I think I'll just close my eyes and rest for another second before I get ready for bed properly. Okay. Feel like something's gonna happen. Okay, we're on to chapter 3. I called it. It's like interviews, plot, chapter, end. Rainer's assistant meets me at the reception area with an impassive look. She leads me through the building towards its center. Everything is glass and steel, clean and bright. Employees steal curious glances at me. Am I a curiosity to them? It's hard to believe this used to be my whole world. Eventually we came to a conference room where Rainer is finishing a meeting.
Evelyn.
Here's Rainer.
Nice building.
Oh, thank you. I designed it myself. It's funny, I almost didn't notice that you were already back working for Skanda. You might have stayed undetected, but I was looking at some of our statistical outliers earlier this morning.
Statistical outlier. That's me.
Ideally, Eliza proxies would all perform the same, or at least quite similar to each other. In practice, there are some pretty big differences. Some people respond better to advice provided to them by people they perceive as having more authority. A deeper voice, a taller stature, a certain grace or beauty. Other proxies may be particularly empathetic, a face or a voice that makes you want to open up. There was one proxy whose sessions seemed particularly effective, so I decided to take a closer look. Evelyn Ishino Aubrey, contract proxy, Queen Anne office. That's a fun trick, to come back to your old company in secret. It's a rather dramatic drop in pay, isn't it? More than an order of magnitude.
I don't
Like,
care
why
about
did she
that.
leave?
But then why would you do it?
It's for research.
Research. So you're still interested in what you created. Let me get to the point. Why aren't you back here, working on the Eliza program?
Why isn't any of the old team back?
Good question. Let's see. Damien Seabrook. There's no helping that. Shame, though, for such a brilliant career to be cut so short.
Okay, so something happened to
Soren
this
Lloyd
Damien,
Rose, the former
which I
program
guess
manager,
is they were dating.
resigned just last week to found his own startup. Very cute. I'm not a psychoanalyst like he is, but I can tell his need to be a maverick, even as he benefits from the system, has been the primary destructive force in his life. He can
Okay.
be smart when he wants to.
I like
but
Rainer
just as
less
often he gets the wrong ideas
than I did,
refuses to let them go.
but he's definitely years better than Soren
His ego
is.
gets in the way. That's why I don't mind him leaving to pursue his little dream of being an entrepreneur, changing the world. He won't succeed, but I'm happy to let him think he has independence for now.
Bit of a dick thing to
If
say.
his direct nerve stimulation
Regardless of who the
technology
person
ends up
is.
taking off, I can always pull the cord and yank him back. Nora Plavnicki, senior engineer. She handled a lot of the front-end interface for Eliza, which is important, but less what I'm after. Plus, I doubt she's ideologically compatible with us anymore. You've spoken with her. You know how she is now.
I mean, yeah, I guess
Seems to
she seems
me
different.
She wants to rebel against
Rebel.
everything and anything without stopping to consider whether it's truly good or bad. Not that it matters. I hope she's having fun playing with her electronic music toys.
Weird, he's very like overseer, checking on
I
all
know
his
she would consider her work to be
puppets.
art, but, well, who am I to judge? And then there's you, Evelyn. You simply dropped away. Gone for 3 years. Why?
People keep asking me that.
It's because I wanted to do
I
that song.
wanted to. That's all.
Burnout isn't uncommon in our line of work. Still, 3 years is...
It could be longer. It could be forever.
Well, that's a shame, though, isn't it? All that lost productivity. Who knows where we'd be if you'd stayed this whole time? You left before we began deploying, but you should know the analysts were very skeptical of us.
What are
They
they?
were saying there was nothing special about Eliza, that our competitors already had equivalent or better offerings. It's a good thing I don't listen to analysts. So far, the program's growth has exceeded every one of our targets, and we've outpaced the competition by a comfortably wide margin. We're a category definer. There's a quality to Eliza that makes it superior to all the other attempts to do something similar. You were part of the original team. Why don't you tell me what that quality is?
I'm not really sure what
I'm
you're
not
asking,
really
I guess.
Sure what you're asking.
Well, let me return to my earlier question then. Why aren't you here to continue your work? You could be running the entire Eliza division if you wanted, but instead you came back undercover like a criminal returning to the scene of a crime. Is there something wrong with this company? You don't like us anymore? It's not me, is it?
Okay. So Soren and Rainer are both very controlling. Rainer is like even worse kind of controlling, but like it's not sexualized at least. I don't know. They're both shit. I would definitely want to leave if I had this guy like overseeing everything I do.
Maybe that's part of it.
You know what outstanding engineers have that mediocre ones don't? It's curiosity. Mediocre engineers tend to zero in on a single piece of the puzzle. They pursue technical breakthroughs, but ignore the larger picture. But you wanted to know how Eliza turned out, how it was working, didn't you? Even though you might have thought you wanted to put all of this behind you, you were still curious. You want to know everything, not just how it works or if it works, but its effect on people, on society.
That is a very important part of any
You have that instinct.
engineering
The
type
need to
system.
understand something complex from as many angles as possible. So please, do that. Learn what you came back here to learn. And once you have what you came for, consider returning to your old employer. You can make a real difference this time.
And on that note, we might call it quits for this episode. Maybe tell me what you think my answer should be. I'll consider it, or I really doubt I'll do that again. Interesting episode. Soren is still a dick. He hasn't redeemed himself. In fact, I think he got worse by the end of the chapter. We found out Nora makes crazy electronic beats, and that Rainer is just as much of a dick as Soren is, perhaps worse, but in a different way. I don't know. I really don't know where this is going. I don't know how many chapters are in this thing, because, like, we seem to not be scratching the surface of what's happening. We don't know what's happened to Damien, who I'm guessing Evelyn was seeing before he died, and that helped get her to leave, I guess. We don't really know what Evelyn's trying to learn yet. I'm guessing we're going to learn that this chapter. We don't know what Soren's effect on the situation is going to be. I feel like his little dream thing is going to have some big impact later on in the episodes. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bunny out.